Let's make some chaos. Bomb buddy out.
जंप नका करू. तिबा जंप नको करू दीदी. तिबा ही दीदी मारते तिला सांग.
Last player standing.
Got one. Grenade.
Spike planted.
New fight, new tactics, keep it fresh, yeah? Reload him. Let me show you how the boss does it.
Grenade. There. Go get him.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Watch your eye! Flash!
One enemy remaining.
They want to dance? Ha! I'll lead. I need to blow something up.
Suppressing. Two suppressed.
Grenade! Here comes the party!
Nowhere to run!
Satchel out. Satchel out. Fire in the hole!
Opponent killed. My ultimate is ready.
Last player
Your
standing.
duty is not over!
Last player standing.
I'll outshine all their radiance.
Let's get this done. Who's next?
Okay.
Three suppressed.
Spike down A.
Flash.
Satchel out.
Flashbang.
Satchel out. Got him.
Last player standing.
I'll shut them down. Until then, survive.
Reloaded.
Heads down, guns up, get deadly.
Bomb buddy out.
Throwing charge.
Flash!
Last player standing.
City needs me. I can't be away for long. Let's end this quickly.
Satchel out.
Knife deployed. One suppressed. Flash.
Enemy down.
Last player standing. Last round in the half.
Spend it now, or it's gone.
No prisoners. Cutting the
Hey! Bomb buddy out.
One suppressed.
Spike down A.
Flash. Hey, no one walks away.
Grenade!
One enemy remaining.
Spike's there.
Someone's A. Careful now.
Thirty seconds left.
Out of charges.
Switching sides.
Let's make a plan, then execute.
Reload him.
Knife deployed.
Enemy spotted.
Headshot.
Reloading.
Still in sight. Still in sight.
Enemy spotted me.
Hostile KIA. Spike planted.
Grenade!
Take him down. Knife deployed.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining. Clutch.
Reina, meu amor, what happened? Who hurt you?
There.
Reload him.
Reloading. Barrier created.
Spike planted.
One down. Grenade! Go get him.
Last player standing.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
One enemy remaining.
Wait for me.
Clutch.
You go, girl.
There.
Reload him. Reload him.
We go.
Shutting them down.
Watch your eyes.
Reloading.
Spike planted.
पित्तू शोरू ते रॅकेट घेऊन ये रॅकेट.
One enemy remaining.
Attack when they're suppressed. I cut their options, they make mistakes.
म्हणते.
Gotta find that rhythm. Go get him.
Someone's mid.
Grenade!
My ultimate's ready.
Loosen up.
Watch your eyes.
Satchel out. My ult's ready.
Shutting them down.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy spotted. They were not good enough.
Buy stuff, ka-ching, little skrrr, to my done. Yeah?
There. There. Don't worry, I'll keep them quiet.
Spike down B.
Grenade!
Last player standing. Flawless.
Even with numbers, anything can still happen. Remember that. Forward!
Fire in the hole! Grenade! Here comes the party!
Enemy spotted B.
I have to fight.
Spike down B.
Bomb buddy out.
Pathetic. Pathetic.
One enemy remaining.
Spike planted.
options, okay? I know humans get tired. Need a drop.
Can someone
Need a
get
drop.
this?
Reload him.
Need a drop.
Thank you. As one.
Someone's mid.
Satchel out. Satchel out. Ciao. Grenade. Three for me.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
I will fulfill my perp. Need a drop.
Reload him.
Need a drop.
Reload him.
Enemy spotted.
Bomb buddy out.
Who's next?
Here comes the party. Out of charges.
Here.
Suppress it.
Someone's mid.
Reloading.
Woo!
Last player standing. Match point.
Okay, I only have like 78 grenades left. Hopefully that's enough. Can I get a drop? Can I get a drop?
They will cover.
Grenade!
Blind.
Go get him.
Come on, let's go.
Watching here.
Someone's mid.
Satchel out.
Nowhere to run!
Target sighted, B. Our spy carrier's down.
Hi!
Spike down B.
Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Here. Think that's it.
If I power down, restart me. You leave me for scrap, I'll kill you.
Let's make them dance.
Suppress it. One suppressed.
Poor wretch.
It's away.
One enemy remaining.
Defender's fun.
Your duty is not over.
So what I miss?
Bragging rights if you get first
Reloading.
pick. There. Charlie Mike, let's move.
Spike down mid.
Careful now.
Last player
down.
standing. One enemy
Good
remaining.
attempt.
Thirty seconds left.
Wall raised.
10 seconds left.
Clutch. This is what I trained for.
Their MVP is mine. Let's do this.
Reloading. Anyone need anything?
Need a drop. Thank you.
Enemy spotted B.
Shutting them down.
Cutting them.
Suppressed.
Not ready.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
I have the spike.
Defenders win.
Fire in the hole!
Match found.
Stand in my way. I dare you.
Do me a favor, Breach, and open them up. Toxin works best when directly injected. Gun here. Help?
Bunch of guys B.
Someone's in attacker spawn.
Someone's B. Someone's B.
BB.
Someone's in attacker spawn.
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted B.
No charges left. Oops.
One enemy remaining.
Rose, I will deny that I said this, but your inventions are valuable. Kid tinkering. I'm saving. Anyone have funds to spare? Anyone have funds to spare? No. I'll shut that race up.
Trevor! Blasting!
Spike planted.
Out of charges. Blinding!
Enemy spotted B.
Blast out!
player standing.
Cussing! This is crazy. It feels like we've been doing this forever. Anyone else feel like that? Just me? Okay.
Anyone have funds to spare? No. Can I get a drop?
Let's go. Sorry, bro.
Enemy spotted A. See ya. My ult's ready. Ugh. One down.
Forever! Clearing out!
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Grenade!
Clutch.
Come on! Get me in the line of fire.
Anyone have funds to spare? There.
Be quiet this time. You're out.
Concussing!
You will not kill my ally!
Flash out!
Reloading.
Reloading.
Enemy spotted B.
Blinding! Forever!
Last player standing.
Put down.
I got your backs. Just, you know, from the front.
Behind me. Concussing!
Bomb buddy out.
Watch you guys attack a spawn.
Watch this.
ready.
Spike down B.
Trevor!
One enemy remaining.
3 out!
Last player standing.
Satchel out.
Here comes the party!
Clutch.
They think they're better than us. I can tell.
This is gonna be fun. Need help.
Hey, door.
Spike planted.
Satchel out. Satchel out. Here's my copy.
Face your fear!
Off your feet!
One enemy remaining.
For me.
I can't die here. No need for this. Poison
Knock me
orb
down.
emitting.
I'll get right back up.
Take him.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Clearing out.
Get him.
What's arrived?
Satchel out.
Embarrassing.
One enemy remaining.
My ultimate's ready.
Network 16.
Thirty seconds left. Last player standing.
No charges left. We get a pick, we move in. Got it? I have extra money if anyone needs.
I need a drop.
Can I get a drop?
Cheers.
Hit them fast, hit them hard.
Here. Here. Come on, let's go! Someone's B. Someone's B. Someone's in attacker spawn.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Forever!
$120. Paid.
Enemy in attacker spawn.
One enemy remaining.
Kill everyone, and our job gets a whole lot easier.
Race into the spike sites.
Can I get a drop? Thanks.
I need a drop. Bunch of guys B.
The hunt begins.
Face your fear!
There.
Concussing! Clearing out!
Enemy down. Enemy spotted A.
Blinding!
Grenade!
Spike down A.
Reloading. Spike spotted A.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy spotted A.
Forever! Flash out! Bring enough body bags.
I hear them scurrying.
Fire in the hole!
Concussing!
Enemy killed.
Blinding!
Spotted B.
Blasting!
Grenade!
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Tackle out.
We're done here.
Spike spotted B.
You man ready for a light show?
Copenhagen is the one that kind of sticks in everyone's mind, but this is definitely kind of El Clasico V2 basically of EMEA.
Yeah, 2-0s all the way through for each of these squads. It means they've actually played very few rounds as compared to the teams on the other side of the bracket that they're looking to go up against tomorrow in the grand final. That, of course, does bring us to today, though. And it is no secret that Boaster, Durka, and the whole of Fnatic wants to lift a trophy. They find themselves in a position to once again achieve that dream. But the road has been long and difficult. Now, their journey started all the way back in 2021, where they came
Spike
one
planted.
step away from their ultimate goal, but it ended in tragedy as Fnatic fell to the Masters Reykjavik Grand Finals. Their troubles didn't stop there, unfortunately. They were struck down by Crew at Champions 2021 and cast asunder by State of Division.
Last player standing.
And while they still held hope, they were crushed by the mighty FPX and DRX at the end of 2022. But here in the year of 2023, the opportunity to right the wrongs of the past and attain the trophy that has long eluded them is squarely within their sights. Now, to help them achieve that goal, I have gathered some of the brightest minds that the Valorant scene has to offer in order to provide guidance and wisdom to aid Fnatic in their journey. Achilleos, I'm turning to you first, my friend. In that path towards glory, what does Fnatic need to do to get through today?
Win the series.
Hopeful.
That's a good start. That's I like that.
Loose,
Let's make that the headline of that. That's the header of the outline. Can I get bullet point number 1, maybe?
Okay, all right. Big thing that you need to do: control Shao. This is great.
Oh my God, I love this so
slaying
much.
foes, shields resting on the ground as Boaster leads them to into battle. But Shao, take this guy down. He's been nigh unkillable so far in this tournament. Now holds, I think, the highest clutch percentage that we still have remaining in the event. And he has just been an absolute demon in the lobby. You need to be able to deal with this guy. And one of the people that's going to be able to do that is Durka. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Durka to be able to be the one to take him down.
All right, so we got bullet point number 1, but Mimi, I know it can't be a single point plan here to taking down Na'Vi. So what do you have to add on to the game plan here for Fnatic?
Yeah, I think it's going to take something more because this team really does look like they have an opportunity to win this one. I think that Fnatic is in a position where they are looking better than ever. But we've always done that every time. That is what Fnatic's storyline has been. And they've always fallen flat at the last moment, a match or two away from the grand finals. Their pressure was caught up to them. They've played a close series. And it's felt like they've kind of choked things away. The fraud Fnatic storyline always keeps coming back. And today,
last player standing.
Are you
yeah,
one enemy
you
remaining.
look unconvinced.
I mean, I'm not sold. I'm willing to sit here and say the number of times we have been at, I've been the one to say, come out regionally. Fnatic are the best team in the world, right? We get to international events.
Clip it. Fnatic's the best team in the world.
They are plagued by curses and problems along the way. There's always something. There has to be. And the problem being today, they face off against Na'Vi. That's the OG super team. We're talking about Fnatic being EMEA super team. Na'Vi, FPX, they've always been the ones, even for a long time.
Yeah.
How many times do we talk about the momentum building for FPX to win a title? Yes, we saw it. They were always the ones that actually come to international events were the dark horses to close out.
I was about to ask who hurt you, but I know who hurt you.
Fnatic, man! Fnatic!
It has been ups and downs for this squad. Oh, so close so many times. And you gotta wonder at a certain point when how that like digs into your own psyche, right? That you start to just mind game yourself out of the opportunity.
Don't get me wrong, I'm here for it, right? I'm absolutely keeping open-minded.
You're contractually obligated to be here for it.
Exactly. In the back of my mind, I just have all those conversations we've had where we've had to pivot away from talking about Fnatic lifting an international title.
Yeah, it just feels like there's some kind of block for this team, and maybe this is the event to make through. I want to believe again. I haven't
one
heard about
enemy
them quite
remaining.
as many times as you have, Mike, and I want to put some faith that this is the roster that can do it, because I think they look absolutely fantastic with their additions in the offseason. I think they match Na'Vi as a super team, but there's still always that factor of this is the point where they always fall flat.
All right, we've laid it out. A couple key factors that we think Fnatic is going to have to achieve if they want to take this series, but we want to know how you think that this story will end in today's Twitter poll. Tell us if you think Fnatic's quest will be successful to make it to the grand finals and ultimately hoist that trophy. Make sure to use the hashtags VCTLockin and VCT so we can feature your tweets on the broadcast a little bit later. I mean, I already know where this guy sits. So it's not hard for me to know what he would be tweeting out when it comes to that. And we'll get to your guys' predictions a little bit later on. I'll let the community at home start to flood the airwaves with their thoughts as we go to a quick break. And then we'll come back. We'll have a deep dive on both of these squads. We'll see you back here in just a bit.
Someone's
B. One enemy remaining.
Okay, who's got the snacks?
Here.
Buy stuff, ching, little skrrr, then we're done. Yeah?
Reloading.
There. There. There.
Let's fly. Enemy spotted A.
Come on, let's go! Rangers down.
Someone's A.
Reloading.
Let this spike.
Grenade!
Blocking sight.
Welcome back to Lock In our
Welcome,
best of 5 Omega bracket final. Well, these are two EMEA teams that have plenty of history between them. It's a rivalry through and through at this point. I think we can call it that. So let's talk about it. It's Na'Vi, formerly of FPX, that last time around got the upper hand.
Yeah, it was. And I think the thing to keep in our minds here is FPX historically, they did stumble regionally, right? And it was Fnatic that capitalized on that. Time and time again when we were having this head-to-head discussion, Fnatic came out on top. Like I said, that
Last
2022 record for the head-to-head, 4-2, obviously taking into account FPX.
One enemy remaining.
But then the elimination there on the international stage.
Sure, but at the moments that it mattered, Na'Vi back then FPX were able to get a trophy. Fnatic has yet to do that. But headed into this year, both these teams have made changes, and I think both of them could be considered a super team. They both have incredibly deep pools of talent from that EMEA region. For Fnatic, just making that kind of upgrade of 2 new players in the supportive role, and for Na'Vi, just subbing in CNED, a guy who we know is a star. And I think in this matchup, it'll be who is that EMEA super team, who won the offseason in this region.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, both teams adding an immense amount of power here. Leo in particular has been looking fantastic for the side of Fnatic, but it really just comes down to, who's going to be walking away victorious at the end of this all. That is going to be the EMEA super team. That is going to be the team starting the right foot forward as we get ready to go into the proper VCT leagues.
Well, let's see if we can even answer that question by working through some of the individual matchups that we're going to see out on the stage today. I think it's natural that we start with the IGLs, 2 of the best in the game in the region. It's Angel on one side, it's Boaster on the other.
Yeah, I think the style of these two, there's a lot of similarity, right? They're both some of the top EMEA teams. They both come in and kind of are able to cook up these new cool ideas. But for Fnatic, I think what has impressed me most is the coordination with bringing these 2 new players in right before the start of the season, integrating them very well, and also having some great game plans to boot. Their game versus 100 Thieves, for
One
example,
enemy remaining.
was a little shaky. The way they played that Fracture was fantastic, putting an emphasis on farming up these orbs and having really great set plays with their ultimates.
And the big key for me is actually we've seen an example here in Sao Paulo of Fnatic straying away from that kind of choreography, the set pieces and stuff. And I come back to that double duelist composition on Split. It's all focused around Durka, minimal utility, it's just cut and dry vanilla Valorant. And that's something that actually, you come against Na'Vi, they got that slow burn style. They have those rock solid backline players that, if CNED can't find those entries, you have players like Xiao and Zipan who, again, have had lights out performances, and then somebody that we only seem to talk about in highlight reels, but Sugetsu time and time again bails Na'Vi out of rounds. Like, this back line of Na'Vi will be so problematic if Durka's not on form, if Leo's not clutch, if all these other win conditions Fnatic aren't online.
One enemy
right
remaining.
Here, Xiao popping off early, but the attacking round for Na'Vi here in this series set, they just popped off.
Yeah, and it was a bit, interesting to see the swap up here. Angel stepping away from playing that smoking role, which we've widely seen him on, goes over to the Cypher. Control from Na'Vi going through that map was just absolutely gorgeous. Angel himself, I mean, we're talking about these IGLs. He's had a bit of a renaissance performance here at this event. Just crushing people in the lobby where normally he's the one who's dead on the floor, calling from beyond the grave as far as the shot calling is concerned. But he is actually just kind of leading the charge here, much like we had Boaster in that graphic. You could do the same for Angel on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, he's got his sword up in the air, and he's very much leading from the front in this one. But I think that Navi this time has done a better job of harnessing that style, of being able to pretty much perma-put Angel on that Omen roll, teleporting in, taking space for this team, and then making really intelligent calls off of them. I think with the amount of just quality players you have on this roster as well, they're always able to kind of make up.
Face your fear!
Information, which has been a big strength for them. They don't always have to rely on those
One enemy remaining.
ideas. They're very much nebulous in what they do.
A lot of pressure in the matchup between the two shot callers, but for a closer look at how Navi wins rounds, let's listen in on their comms during a defensive round against Leviathan in this in-zone open mic.
Attackers win.
They're done? I was just getting started.
Full down on bot, I can dog you, can kill on bot. Dude. They're in.
No, I'm in. I'm not sure he knows about it or not.
Watch out on bot.
I will spam right side, just pick.
Draw.
Tan uno. Murió la pipa, tan uno el Omen. El Omen está en uno, le pegué 100. ¿Le pasamos? Tan uno. Nice. Cuidado el baiteo.
Cuesta baiteo uno close. No se va a mi flecha, 5 flechas, chicos. Seguimos info, el último.
Falta la fake, chicos. Todo approach.
A flash inside. Yo volteé. A flashing one more side.
I have camera, wait a bit.
We have molly as well.
Please wait for plant.
Okay.
Hold with me. Upper. Pick with me, Sean.
Go. Biting.
You jump.
10 seconds till I.
I'm marking.
Take.
Not planting. I have eye.
Eye, throw.
Wait.
Mira pasillo. Default on green box.
No! Insane, bro.
This was very good, bro.
Top-level communication, but it's also helpful when one guy just hits like 5 headshots in a row and aces the entire squad.
This is the thing, right? You think back to like when they had Artis, it was very rare that they would double down on these opening engagements. When you have this backline, send Angel forward, send CNED forward. If they get a kill, cool. That's a 3v5. Xiao just digs his heels in and just completely bails them out. That's always a possibility in some of these rounds. For Navi.
So Xiao was obviously the clutch player over there on Navi. We also have one that we have to recognize on the side of Fnatic. It's Leo.
Yeah, absolutely. Leo, we have been waiting for this guy to show us everything he can do. A very long-awaited guy to perform on an absolute top team in EMEA. And he's been popping off thus far this tournament. For the side of Fnatic, he is that clutch guy. He has been able to come out in these late-round situations and win things out for them. Well, he hasn't had a huge amount of opportunities compared to what Xiao has been able to do. It is that late round pressure. Even if it isn't that 1vx clutch situation, it's the solid decision making in the late rounds that I think gives strength to both of these players.
Yeah, I mean, they've just been absolutely incredible to watch, and now being able to have them score off against one another and really just prove who's going to be the superior player in that regard, I guess, is going to be really interesting to see who comes out on top. Because, like Hybok's saying, you can never really count Xiao out of these rounds, but the same could be said from what we've seen for Leo so far on Fnatic.
I think actually, Leo stands as almost the raid boss. Like, he has no first deaths. This event so far. He hasn't died first in a single round for Fnatic, which is crazy. If he's still alive, his utility usage, his supportive play is always going to be a factor for that mid-round for Fnatic.
I mean, so either squad is going to be confident they end up in a clutch situation with either of those two players alive. But Hypok, there's also the question of whether or not you're going to end up in too many clutch situations when you've got the kind of firepower that each of these squads have in CNED and Durka.
Yeah, this is such an exciting head-to-head to look at, especially with how Durka's been playing so far. CNED, I'd say until we see that kind of consistency establish itself. This is a guy who went through a turbulent journey post the Champions win back in 2021, but so far so good for me. CNED looks as if he's willing to be in a position where he's supported. He has that faith in the rest of his teammates to go forward and find kills.
Yeah, and the support for both of these players has been excellent, but I think what has been the most impressive for me is the way that Chronicle and Leo have put so much emphasis on allowing Durka to thrive. It feels like this guy, he's always been a world-class player, but he's been waiting for that world-class support.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I love the chamber meta too at times, Achilles, but getting back to Jet Jets with these two players on the main stage, that feels right.
No, it does, and it's going to be a fantastic clash, but it does kind of give me a reason to have some concern about Na'Vi in the long term, because we do need to see some more flexibility when it comes down to what CNED can play. For now, I think that they're perfectly safe. He looks great on the Jet. He looks great with that AWP in his hands. But as we move on, as the meta evolves, I will still be curious to see if Na'Vi can continue to mold him into a stronger player.
Just quickly on that, I think in terms of future-proofing, Durka has already demonstrated his willingness to go aggressive with rifles, and Fnatic building rounds literally around that entire ethos, which is Durka, regardless of the weapon, we're still willing to take that space away and be proactive.
You also see that in the roles. It feels like Durka has been a lot more willing to play the Raze, to swap things up on occasion. Whereas for CNED, he is still very much, we're going to put him on Jet whenever we can.
If I'm going to be honest, if I had to pigeonhole a role that is most required to have confidence in, it's got to be the duelist, right? If you're going to be taking those initial fights, you want to see each of these players stepping onto the stage, knowing that their whole team is behind them in whatever fights they decide to take.
Absolutely, and I'll probably follow up and say that's probably Jet within the duelist pool. That it's Jet that requires that.
All right, well, both of these players have it. Now, we've also had a lot of Valorant this month, but for those of you that don't know, Game Changers supplements the competitive season by creating new opportunities and exposure for women and marginalized genders within Valorant esports. It's an incredible stepping stone for these players to move on to the international stage. We produced a documentary on the Game Changers World Championship in Berlin last year, and it's premiering in just a few weeks. But here's a sneak peek.
8 teams land in Berlin for the first ever Game Changers World Championship. They have dominated their region domestically.
Doesn't really matter if you're the best in the region.
Come on, guys, focus up! What the f are you doing?
Having the first international LAN is going to be very pivotal. We're making history.
How are you doing this to them?
You're amazing.
You're amazing.
You're good.
You're insane.
You're insane.
In the head.
True.
When does this premiere? You're amazing. I want to see that. You're amazing. You're amazing. I love that so much. Oh my goodness. What a great spotlight. I'm sure that the documentary will deliver on every level, as the Game Changers tournament has delivered on every level as we've seen it in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. I had the privilege of working that event. I think it surpassed all expectations. It was a fantastic display. I think OG just has good things to show for the future of that scene.
And the personalities in that scene are just so good.
Yeah.
You got a little taste of it in that video, but those players were popping off. Very fun.
Fire in that preview right there. Now, earlier in the show, we took a Twitter poll asking you if Fnatic will be successful in their trophy quest. The results are in. Let's get the reveal. And the answer is pretty definitively yes. 61.8% of Twitter users say they will be successful in their quest. Hypoc doubters be damned.
Yeah, I haven't got much to say to that. Obviously, EMEA is woken up. This is us huffing as we usually do, but just bear in mind this is EMEA versus EMEA. That's all I got to say. Anything is possible when these two, and we've seen it historically, anything is possible in this matchup.
60-40 feels like a reasonable amount of Fnatic copium to huff for me. That feels like just the right amount.
I feel like that's a significant lack in faith in Na'Vi and what they've been able to pull off with this roster.
What games have they been watching?
I mean, they look incredible. If this was a 50-50, I'd be like, okay, I can understand it. But that much of a delta between the two teams, that's actually surprising to me.
All right, so this exact conversation that's happening right now is why I want to throw to a 2-minute break. See if the Twitter users have swayed my analysts in any way, shape, or form. When we come back, we'll dive into our predictions, and then we'll get onto that stage, and we'll watch these teams do battle. See you here in just a bit.
We are currently top 4 at an event. That's kind of hype. I don't know when the last time was that we were top 4. Yeah, honestly, during that second half on the attack side and we started losing rounds, it did feel like I didn't know what to do. None of my kind of original planning was working, and I wasn't really sure why. I'm always a bit rusty calling on that map, it feels like. So it was it was a weird match. I need to watch it back fully to actually understand what the hell was actually happening.
And very indicative that there's no presence. And Alpha, this position, does find one and a second! The Turkish superstar, the kid himself,
oh my
God, in unison!
And our next opponent is Na'Vi. Now that's going to be a bit of a revenge grudge match there, especially who's going to take the crown for EMEA to the finals and hopefully take that trophy as well. Yeah, and then obviously he's a great IGL, you know, he did it in CSGO and he's come to Valorant and he's still at the top of his game. Like, he's made a team that is one of the top teams in EMEA. That's a feat that can't be going unnoticed, you know? So you've got to put respect when respect is due. However, when we're on the server, only disrespect. So I'm not really scared of them. We've actually upgraded our roster and I want to beat them. So like, they know that we're coming for them. So it's just about how they're going to prepare for us as well. Last time we played them and we lost, Sugetsu did this to me and waved me goodbye. So I'm not going to do it back. However, that is imprinted in my brain, and I'm Michael Jordan, and it's like, what's that word where he says, I will remember. I took that personally. I did take that personally. So, Sugetsu, there'll be no crying tears, only for you tonight, baby.
How can you not love that, man? Now, here's the deal. I was hoping that 2-minute break would let these analysts stew and maybe sway them into the Fnatic camp.
I'm glad we watched that.
But then when Boaster opens up by going, I didn't know what to do. All of a sudden, I'm starting to walk things back.
And the thing is as well, we're talking about Angel, which early on, Boaster, that was who he idolized. He wanted to become or have that status as the IGL, and Angel was who he assimilated that to.
Yeah, you heard it there. Massive respect between the two shot callers. Of course, he did say only disrespect within the server.
He did say that, but I don't know if he's going to get the opportunity to disrespect them, because what he said there, what you talked about, that really scares me, because that's been the issue in the past, where Fnatic gets to late stage of the tournament, they run out of ideas, they start making solo plays, whereas Na'Vi, I've never really seen them have that same issue where they do run into that brick wall.
The one thing I will say, he calls out the Sugetsu thing. If anything, I just want to see Fnatic's winning moment, right? Because they always come out with some really great celebrations.
But imagine if they do lose this series and then Sugetsu just gets to re-imprint that into his brain a second
double
time.
imprinted.
The second set of B-roll.
All right, get those whiteboards
right.
up. Get those whiteboards up. We're running out of time. We got to get some predictions in. So after all of this discussion, Mimi's wasting no time. She's throwing her weight behind Na'Vi.
I clearly put a lot of effort into this drawing, but yeah, I think they're going to win this match.
In a dominant fashion, we go the full 5.
Sure.
What are you thinking?
I think that there will be at least a map taken here for Fnatic. I think this match should be close, but I think Navi's the favorite.
Okay, for me, it's the viewers. The viewers are going to win.
Well, you're not wrong.
But also Navi.
But also Navi.
Two cop-outs.
Double cop-out. High Park, bring it home.
Is that a cop-out? I said Navi!
It's lucky because my drawing is
Woo!
awful. Yeah, I'm sticking to my guns.
I'm actually kind of impressed.
Is me saying Fnatic can take a map
ran out.
of
Just started a little too high there.
Same question to you that I gave to Mimi, though. Do you think we go that can Fnatic take it to 5 and make it close? Or
I think we will see a long series, yeah. I'm thinking minimum 3-1.
I'm 3-1 with you as well.
Minimum 3-1, 3-1, and
I'm also 3-1.
3-1. Well, look, I fought for 5 games yesterday. The team's delivered. I'm fighting for 5 again today, regardless of who comes out on top. So I hope they give it to us. We got one EMEA team heading to the grand finals tomorrow. Will it be Navi or Fnatic? That's really the big question. We've broken down so many of the beautiful individual matchups. We got Boaster, we got Angel, we got CNED, and we've Durka, thank you very much. I just lost my brain for a moment. Let's find out, though, if we can get that full 5 games as we get this best of 5 started. Day 14 of Lock-In starts right now. It's an EMEA battle for the ages, a grudge match through and through. Fnatic on one side, Na'Vi on the other. Only one gets to make the trip to the finals tomorrow to challenge Loud for that international title. My big question, though, is what's Boaster cooking up?
It better be something, because I think they have their work cut out for him here. Obviously, everybody here on the desk feeling like Na'Vi have the upper hand. Boaster himself saying, like, I didn't know what to do in this previous series. He needs to have something cooked up here to deal with this team.
I counter that with this roster now being the super team. I don't think we're going to see Fnatic pulling out, you know, quirky comps or anything like that. I think they're just going to stick to their guns with what we've seen demonstrated previously here in Brazil.
I think the initial game plan has to be good, but where this matchup is going to be important is when it gets to the late round, when it gets the adaptation, because in the past, that's where Boaster's calling has struggled against Angel.
We're diving into the map select. I always have curiosities when neither team has yet to drop a map in the series, when neither team has really been pushed that far. How do you approach, especially as you elevate from 3 to best of 5, Hypoc.
Oh, well, actually, just to quickly divert off away from this, Navi's permaban being Haven, but they're taking Icebox off the cards here for Fnatic, so maybe not liking what they've seen so far, and actually Fnatic going to open up with Haven.
No surprise then. They pick that Haven if you're going to leave it open.
Last year, when we saw this matchup, every time Na'Vi would want to ego chow this Icebox, not ban it, go into that matchup. The one time they did beat Fnatic, though, they banned that map away. Haven as a start is a strong one for Fnatic, but Na'Vi also will feel fairly comfortable on that map. They do get the Lotus out, though, which we haven't seen from Fnatic just yet.
About to say, I'm a happy man. We get some Lotus play today.
I mean, Fnatic, they have had some good compositions, some good strategies when new maps come out. Thinking back all the way to Champs 2021 when they had that Fracture, they absolutely smashed DRX on that map, and now we will get to see them selected as well.
Yeah, so another comfort pick for Fnatic there in Fracture. Those are the 3 maps that we're guaranteed to see. Haven, Lotus, Fracture. Split will be the response, though, if we manage to go to 4.
I am interested to see Split being picked this early. I was expecting that one to be really floated deep into this veto, because Ascent is still open. And for Na'Vi, that is normally a map that they love picking into early in series.
Well, yesterday, Ascent was our decider. It will be that again if we're lucky to get all 5.
Yeah, I feel like the later this goes, the more it leans in favor of Na'Vi. So if we do see all 5 here, I feel like Ascent is almost a home run for Na'Vi to close out this series.
While I'm interested in seeing Fnatic and what they're going to do on Lotus, as well as seeing if Na'Vi can have cleaned it up, I am a little bit concerned about this Haven, because we did see Furia pushing Fnatic to the brink.
Yes,
they had a really clean start, 13-6 versus Sentinels. Then they get pushed into an 18-16 overtime to have to take down Furia. They're in their map pick. I want to see if they've improved the strategies here, or if Na'Vi, had they left this open because they think they can counter-strat.
Moving right along, we're already into our prime gaming agent select to see what each of these rosters wants to bring to the table when it comes to their firepower and utility.
Thus far, no changes on the side of Fnatic. It has been a while since we've seen Na'Vi on this map, but it looks like they're picking into a pretty standard comp here. The double initiator composition really centered around finding CNET value in the early rounds. You won't have that raise for long gambits, but you will have CNET to take that space.
Exactly. I think this is just the adjustment we expect from Na'Vi is the way they approach A-Lobby on the defensive side. And with CNET on that operator, this comp is literally built as a support system for him.
Map number 1 really does set us up for this Durka versus CNET matchup being absolutely pivotal.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. We're all set for this best of 5 series between Fnatic and Na'Vi, so let's send it over to our casters. Here's Doug and Baller.
Thank you, Dash. A battle of the best for EMEA with a date against Loud on the line in a best of 5 setting. The map pool looks good. The storylines write themselves. This is what we've been waiting for as we saw these two teams on this same side of the bracket.
Yeah, this is just going to be amazing. Both teams in raw form, 6-0 maps. They haven't dropped one up to this point, so we just couldn't wait to get started. And I also want to say, we already have a guaranteed repeat player winner for a tournament of this level, so this couldn't be more exciting to get into. Fnatic will start on the defense, Na'Vi will start on the attack.
And it seems like the attack is going to be a lean towards A early on. We've talked so much about the battle between CNET and Durka, and it is Durka who's taking first contact, and of course he drops Shao right off the bat, but the trade comes through.
Immediate trade, but they've lost their smokes, and not even Heaven smoked. So it's going to be hard for them to work in this site. They're going to give a flash to CNET. He's looking for something.
Oh, and he might find it! But Leo's looking for some of his own. Boaster's the first to fall. Chronicle swinging around, and it's a pinch. CNET had no options. He had nowhere to go.
Only 20 HP.
And it does not look good for Alpha here. He's going to show up a bit late to the party. By the time he arrives, the spike will be down, post plants will be assumed, and the round will likely be decided.
Oh, unless Angel gives away his life.
He is a little weak here, 77 HP. He does have a frenzy.
Yeah,
Sugetsu is taking damage as well.
Tri-way peek here. They've got a triangle covering him. And he's darted too, Sugetsu wants it.
Sad spray.
So that was tough for him though. That entire round, he was not sure whether to rotate or not.
Yeah.
Fnatic had flooded in the site, they had canceled the smokes, but it wasn't clear whether Na'Vi was actually going to commit, even once CNET dashed into the site.
Right.
So Alfir has to hold his ground over towards the seaside, and you can give him as much rope as you want. That's really tough for him to win no matter what.
Classic Na'Vi buy after winning the pistol. 3 rifles and then 2 pistols. Sugetsu with the 3-0 start too.
Yeah, that's huge. His flank up short late, also super important. You think that's an A heavy lean. Dirk with the Sheriff again. He did get that one tap earlier on the pistol rounds.
Playing around the dart. Trying to spam out onto the wall. He is going to get tagged by the drone and has to back up just for now.
And this is going to be interesting. Na'Vi doesn't have the breach. They don't really have the same tools to fight for a lobby.
Yeah.
But they still have gone here twice, despite Chronicle being able to stun easily and set up Durka very well.
You feel like you lack the same amount of go button, so to speak, without breach in the fold. Now the knife being cleared out. There's still some time for them to think through this. A massive kill out from CNET too.
Just finding these early picks, and CNET getting going against Durka is super important. Both of these guys, the stars for their team, they have been playing so well. But the call from Angel to rotate back over to C after that first pick leads right into Boasters.
And Alpha here.
Mostly stack here. Everybody's here. There's already a kill out.
He gets one. He gets the second. There's no way. There's just no way.
And how do you pivot with 20 seconds on the clock?
I mean, you can't. You got to commit. You got to go.
Fnatic has won 0 eco rounds up to this point, but it's still a 3v3.
Alpha here looking to change the tides of that. Not able to do so. Falls. 9 seconds left. There's not a lot of time here. The rifles need to come through. 2v1 here. Leo weak. And the spike down. Leo waiting patiently to pounce to see who's going to be the first to challenge, to potentially throw a life away. Oh! And Zipan gets 3. 1 HP at the end, though.
How does he survive that?
I don't know.
My goodness. That's the type of round that you really don't expect Na'Vi to struggle with. They've been so solid on the anti-ecos.
Dude, I thought Alfier was a little early on the swing, too.
I think that rush to it actually allowed him to get that second one, too, because everybody was so split up. I thought that range was insane to get that kill. Either way, Fnatic continue not to win any ecos, even though that one was very close, and it does kind of hurt Na'Vi when they go for that Na'Vi-esque buy. But they still have 4 rifles. It's just ridiculous, the staying power, no matter what happens on that eco.
Yeah, it's almost guaranteed. That wasn't. As Leo gets the best of CNED. That is one of the rifles down, too.
And the crazy part is Leo is what? 8-0 for first kills, the first deaths, make it 9-0.
That's criminal.
And you can tell he's taking duels against some of the best players in the world.
Yeah, he's not playing it safe, right? Like, he's being aggressive, taking those challenges. Zipan trying to take some space towards Link, not able to do so. Spike planted, and they have Util sitting right on it, too.
No, there's a second molly that will deny a little bit. But there's no reflanks, no pressure from anywhere else. This is going to be a battle of spam.
It is. Numbers advantage in favor of Fnatic here. Chronicle does have a flash to work with, too. Boaster's going to be on the tap. Massive kill out from Alfier and from Leo. Boaster should be able to hold this the entire way. Xiao, who had nothing but a pistol to start off the round, gets cleaned up. Prime gaming flawless. This Fnatic get on the board.
Perfect round.
I was a very excited fan.
And it all starts with Leo taking that duel against CNED. In those situations that, again, Fnatic is the tools to be taking those fights in a lobby. And Na'Vi has been pushing the issue every round so far. It's a major part of their game plan. We'll see if that has to change up early on in this game. So far, it's the same old story.
Yep. Na'Vi playing this a bit patiently early on. But still wanting to take some space up short. Now that dart being cleared gives you some info on where the members of Na'Vi are.
So funny to see Xiao playing the controller here. It's the same switch that they do up on Pearl, where Angel will play the Sova, rather than Xiao playing the Initiator.
2 spotted there on that drone. The 3rd concealed, at least for now, but I wonder if that's enough. I wonder if that's enough of a tell.
There is a pivot coming from Fnatic.
Yeah, it's going to be on Alfier, depending on which way he decides to go. The rest of the members of Fnatic are on the side. Durka down in hell, bringing CNET down with them. Still staying alive, still healthy for now as Boaster joins in on the fun. The spam through the box as Angel falls. Xiao left in this 1v4. And he's being surrounded. He's being outnumbered as he's being gunned down. Durka with 3, and we're tied at 2 apiece.
But it's also broken the economy of Na'Vi, which starts so strong, but ends up Right now, they're going to have to save Durka having a monster start. He's had a monster start on every single Haven that Fnatic has seen.
The guy's just good for it, man.
He's on track for one of the best tournament performances of all time. Despite how many people doubt.
Yeah.
Up there with Tens at Reykjavik, Yay at Masters Berlin, some of the more shortened formats. Granted, this is also a shortened format, but almost 280 ACS is ridiculous.
And he continues to push the pace.
I like that too, smoking as if he's falling back, but just going right through. But Angel takes care of him. That's all the way down short. I thought that was through Garage, but no, that was the fight on the other side of the mat that we just moved away because it looked like for sure they were not going to challenge. But it was Angel getting up into the pocket in A lobby with no dart coming in from Leo there. Or at least being obscured from it. That's a great angle to fight down short.
And he's rewarded for a kill on the really the hottest player that we were just mentioning on the side of Fnatic.
And speaking of Fnatic struggles on ecos, Na'Vi has been dangerous on these rounds.
They're gonna get a chance at another. Alphayer, he's taking a lot of damage. He's trying to take the fight. He does take care of Zipan. CNET's time just a little late. You try to dash through the suck, and he survives.
He gets out the gravity well, but they do even things up, so much damage being done on so many players.
I mean, this round just feels so tense because you would think it's normally all good. But as you were saying, Na'Vi have been so excellent in these situations.
25 seconds, they didn't even break that turret. That was the whole point that CNET was trying to challenge in the garage against Alpha earlier, so they've got all the information right now.
Note here, 3v3, Fnatic have lost 2 members, but no rifles have been picked up on the side of Na'Vi. They do not have an advantage on guns. They haven't been able to equalize the round. Alphayer takes care of 1, the second served up on a silver platter, and the 4th to boot. Alphayer cleans up the round almost by himself.
I would add Leo's dart there to end that round too. They're trying to wait for a smoke to come out and log so that they can maybe make a play through it. But how do you have the 15 seconds patience to wait out that dart with Alphayer backside? Oof. Dangerous, yes, but they deal with it. And it was that duel between Alphayer and CNET in Garage that I think was super pivotal to actually deny Angel's game plan entirely there.
No command use instantly, and the Dark had so much info.
But they won't have stun, they won't have flashes here to actually delay this push, so this is really dangerous here.
No, Durka's not here. Durka's on the other side of the map. He has an op, and Boaster somehow manages to swing around to get that kill. Leo holding things back on the side. He gets 3.
Things looking very reminiscent of that first map that we saw from Fnatic against Sentinels, where no matter how dire the situation looks for Leo, for Boaster, it ends up coming out that the last player remaining on that site gets all of the spoils for Fnatic. And instantly they force them back, reset their economy, and they've called a timeout. Now V has to figure out how to adjust this game plan because, like I've said, it's been 5 rounds of A-lobby presence at the beginning.
Yep.
And that one particularly, you saw the danger of walking into that. There was the breach stun that came out, the recon dart from Leo.
That tagged almost everyone.
That tagged everyone.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Zipan is the main guy to break that dart normally, but he had to activate his ult instead. I do like the use of the ults at the beginning of the round because a lot of times as you get later in this Haven half, the Breach Chronicle will end up delaying his stun just a little bit more to maybe do it off of contact or set up a trap play.
Oh, and not to mention too, Durka has been aggressively taking that space down short, so you get rid of the dash if you want to isolate him specifically. 15 seconds left in this timeout. Na'Vi throwing a pause on things for now.
And this is definitely a Doom Bros timeout immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's called during the eco rounds. And again, they have been dangerous in these rounds, but this is an overall game plan adjustment timeout. And I think you have to start working towards threatening the C-split, threatening the garage, threatening mid. Especially before Fnatic starts to pivot towards sending Durka down mid, because that has been so dangerous.
I mean, he was a fiend pushing down mid on defense last time we saw him on this map.
Against Furia, that was one of the main ways that they were getting back in the game. I don't think Fnatic want to lean on that against a team like Na'Vi, who are so good with the defaults, but it's obviously a threat.
All eyes on CNET. It is a Blade Storm. And we've talked about how good Na'Vi have been in these situations, but you really expect CNET to be the one to open things up. He makes some noise garage, drop a couple of cloud bursts. But again, look at how Fnatic are set up defensively. They haven't fully committed to this. Boaster should get a good bit of info here too.
Yeah, he's just peeking that corner.
One spotted.
Essentially taking Durka's position from the rest because he wants to opt towards C instead.
Leo is close by. The shock dart's there, but Boaster gets killed right beforehand. Boaster with the second as well. 3 pistols remaining on the side of Na'Vi. Make that 2. And what can Sugetsu do? Nothing. What a clean round out from Fnatic.
It starts to become a point where you think they're honestly feeding into this ASA, feeding into Leo, who has such a ridiculous start, 10-2.
I still don't think he's died first.
No, not even close. I think he's only taken 1 duel, but throughout this entire tournament, 9-0, including that one against CNET earlier. Here's the gun round. Here's where this pivot will matter. And also, look at Durka Chronicle. The position right now looks like they want to go down mid, like we talked about.
You know, you talked about it. They may be hesitant to do this against how well Navi's default is, but Fnatic showing confidence in that strategy, and he's going to get some space mid, but Navi taking C.
They've swapped the op to Alpha here too, so he's kind of stuck here. Leo has to join him.
There's no dash, and Tipman gets 2 massive kills. Alpha's shot goes just a bit wide as CNET cleans him up. A 5v2 now as the round just kind of crumbles. Spike delayed for just a moment. But as I say, second time should be the charm. What can Durka find? Are they going to be expecting his positioning? Are they going to be expecting his timing? Yeah, Sugetsu's there. He's ready. He's waiting for it, and that's a flawless round out from Na'Vi.
That's just a matter of, number one, the game plan pivot that Na'Vi did out of the timeout, conditioning them on the eco to not be super concerned about a rush coming through in the garage.
Yeah.
So using that very wisely. And then secondly, the gamble from Fnatic to send Durka down mid doesn't work out for them because you're rushing C. You're basically giving up a whole portion of the map. And Alfir has no way to actually challenge with the op and back sight when you're getting pushed as hard as you are.
Hey, Durka was just stuck in such an awkward spot. Do you commit to the flank? Do you rotate back? Both of those take time. On a fast hit, seconds are gold. And it seems like there's going to be another fast hit towards C.
Alfir's stuck here.
Boaster's close by, though.
Whoa.
Alfir.
They're not paying attention.
And Leo, too. The Hunter's Fury's good. Sugetsu able to take care of Alfir. Drop the lockdown. And they still have a chance to rotate out here, but look at how much space Durka's taking.
CNET's kind of stuck with the spike.
How do they choose to play this? No one detained.
Oh, he made noise too.
But everyone around, and you're right. Betrayed by the footstep.
Look at the flank from Durka as well. That's with an op, so... with the ult going out now.
But that thing's been a long time cooking. He's got to get there. And you're not expecting it, yeah. Angel stuck with utility out. Chronicle cleans up the round. Fnatic full sails ahead.
What a solid round there from Leo and Fnatic. Recognizing, okay, they're going for some fast garage control here. Alpha just gonna play in an angle that, yes, does make him super isolated. And also, no way to escape. It feels like a one and done there, but with Leo's ult coming in, off of whatever noise contact that they had, the chaos that is actually going down in garage forces Alfir to get a kill. It's honestly free for him.
Literally was. It was the turret that got it.
And so much damage too. No way to recover in the chaos that was.
Pop flash out, CNET taking space. They want to try to test the waters across the middle of the map. Boaster knife, he's not going to have any util. He's been darted too. Boaster in a terrible spot, and CNET punishes. And it seems like they filled in right behind him. Look at how Chronicle's taking the space that Boaster just vacated. Can he find more success? Yes, he can.
They have to fall out with the lockdown too, and People are split here. Zippon did not get into window. So they have to try to find a way to vacate him from that spot.
A momentary lull in the round as everything just kind of resets.
They check though.
I don't think they do. Oh, they do! Oh, they do, but it doesn't matter. How much more can he find? Hello, surprise, there's someone there! How does Zipan get that one?
And Durka has the wrong read. So just walking over, let Zipan play his life in the 3v3. Works out. That's the level of trust that any player in this server can have about their teammates.
Yeah.
Both of these teams just stacked from top to bottom with talent.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a number of players that are having their best tournament performance of their life.
Yeah.
Zipan is one of them.
I mean, there have just been so many questions historically for players on both these teams, right? And we've got to talk about it, right? Historically, Fnatic struggles, right? This time, they seem so comfortable. They're the Fraudnatic or whatever has not reared its ugly head. Angel's another one who's feast or famine, and he has not. He's been all feast.
Yeah.
Man, he hasn't really had those historic Angel moments.
Yeah.
Right? So you look at this and you go, holy smokes, these two teams right now are playing at their very best form. Whatever demons they've had in their past that have plagued their tournament runs have not appeared. And that's what makes this match so exciting, right? Because this is genuinely good against good. There hasn't been any fear or any concerns or any asterisks on their run so far.
Yeah, the biggest ones, CNED's addition to the team, yada, 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 all have been answered for both sides.
Oh, they want to go fast?
Yeah, Dirk is here. They've got a high-low setup. Alfier's trying to get up into the cubby.
Oh, but the flash. The flash, the dart. He's in the cubby, though. He's in the cubby, and he's patient. Oh,
no.
Dear. Oh, that's okay. They saved the day. They saved the round. That could have been disaster. But Durka from the back line makes sure it does not get that far. As you get to left alone, the round over almost as quickly as it started. What an impossible situation. Everyone clicking on the side of Fnatic. And we'll just choose to ignore Alfier's initial first stray bullets.
Hey, man, he got the kill. He got the kill and survived enough for Durka to get another one. That shut down the round. And maybe that one round Durka tries to go fast mid, ends up not paying off for them, but this gamble did. And I wouldn't even call this one entirely a gamble. Once Durka sets up Alfier, he can leave.
Yeah, absolutely.
And rotate back over towards A. Either way, incredibly solid start from Fnatic.
Interesting.
From Durka, from Leo. And we're going to have a last round timeout here from Mini. Fnatic is one of these teams that can pull out a crazy strat at any point, one that they haven't shown. On defense, usually, though, those are super aggressive. And obviously, the one time they've gone for that, it hasn't necessarily panned out quite yet. And you have to have the right read on exactly how Navi is playing the default.
Yeah.
I think if you call a timeout here, that's the type of thing that I'm definitely expecting.
You know, it's funny, I saw Mini for just a few moments before the series started, and you know, you've spent time around Mini. He's generally very level, right? not super expression, generally very calm and flatline. But there was something about him when I saw him earlier today that was just an additional level of just cold, right? He was
really,
he was in his mind palace, and I think, I mean, you're seeing it pay off, and also it's just interesting to see him call a timeout here. Yeah, it's the last round of the half, so you want to make sure you secure it, but it really feels like Mini's clicking on something a little extra right now. Blade Storm used from CNED right off the bat.
I wonder as well if it's just an element of mind games to play against Angel, because you know both these sides love to engage in them.
Woo!
Durko! He popped his knives for why? That's a huge mistake for the top fragger in the server right now, and it might give Navi a way back into this half. Look at the long play as well. They've actually pivoted so much off of this.
Yeah.
Angel and Zipan are contacting A right now.
And they are going to rotate over. Once they realize that the site is empty and that they can really do whatever they want here.
What is the call here? Is this relying on the fact that they have the Astral Wall out from Boaster to go for a retake? Not quite sure. Either way, Plant's going to go down. They're going to scramble like ants.
Zipping his ult, and there it is. Queued almost instantly.
Boaster's away from this, though. He could still pop his ult.
Surely you invested here. You don't have a lot of time to think this through, though. The spike has been ticking for a few seconds.
That makes it think that there's not going to be any flank, but they've just broken the turret, so Sugetsu is back at it.
I mean, yeah, this is so tough because Angel's close by as well. The thing is, they're drawing so much attention on to taking care of Boaster, but that's okay because the remaining members of Na'Vi are able to clean things up on their own. Leo not able to pull off any heroics. And it's a 7-5 half for Na'Vi.
Massive round there. I mean, I'm not sure what happened with Durka popping up his knives and dying to Xiao, who TP'd across, yes, to get the early angle advantage. But Durka not ready for it.
Yeah, stays just a little long. I apologize. I know I said it's a 7-5 half for Na'Vi. What I meant was Fnatic. The round goes in favor of Na'Vi. And again, you talk about, especially on Haven, an 8-4 versus 7-5 is night and day. It's entirely different. So, yeah, excellent performance out of both teams in this opening half. In this opening best of 5, we're going to throw it to Yinsu, who's standing by with Mimi. Not Mimi from the desk, but Mimi from G2, actually. Yinsu, take it away.
That is right, Doug and Bala. I've got Mimi with me. There is a world champion in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Mimi, I gotta ask you, what did you think of that first half?
I think that it looks good for both teams, honestly. Like, it's winnable for both of them. So I think it's just about who really is most focused right now.
Is there anyone that you're leaning towards at all? They're both EMEA.
I mean, I'm leaning towards the winning team, but it seems like the crowd is more on Fnatic's side. And I think that will be very good for EMEA tomorrow. So maybe Fnatic?
Maybe there will be a couple of fans tomorrow that's not supporting that. We'll see. You are, of course, a world champion. You won a trophy last year. I want to ask you, what's the secret? Because Loud they look very scary right now. What do these teams need to do after today if they want to actually bring it home?
Oh, that's really, really hard because obviously you need a lot of skill to beat a player like Aspas, but also you need to have so much fun and just enjoy the moment.
Is Aspas, you would say, the best player in the tournament right now for you?
It seems like, but in the end, it's a team game, and it's a team. You win together and you lose together.
And if right now it looks like Na'Vi are just like a pistol down, what should they be doing the second half if they want to bring this back?
Shoot heads and have fun.
You guys heard it from Mimi. That's what you need to do, guys. Shoot heads and have fun. Thank you very much, Mimi, for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I'm going to throw this back to Doug and Bala and see if Na'Vi can indeed shoot heads and have fun.
Absolutely love it. It takes a world champion to have insight in situations like this. But all it takes is have fun and shoot heads. I do have to point out this has been the worst attacking half that Na'Vi has had at this tournament so far. Fnatic made them struggle in that one. They've been 80% win rate on attack, and this one, they're first below 50. And it's gonna take them a lot better than what their regular defense has been like.
Wild to consider. For as prolific as both of these players have been, first time they're meeting since January 2021. Boaster and Angel going head-to-head here in a battle of the minds. And again, this is Fnatic on the attacking side here. Can Na'Vi equalize what's gone on? It's going to be a heavy lean towards A, and Zepen's going to be here. Nope. There is some help, but Sugetsu's pretty far off. He's going to take the fight by himself. Flashes for his own space, gets one kill.
Doesn't escape the stun though, so Angel has to flood to help him out, but with this smoke landing from Xiao and the dart landing as well, there's no way you can enter that site. Not after losing Durka, who's the space creator for the team.
They're going to try to take the scenic route as they rotate through short, clear out the turret, and the nice thing is you have time here. They can clear out the turret, introduce doubt into the minds of Na'Vi, and then go elsewhere. Or they can just cut noise and stay. And that's exactly what they do. A kill, one for one here. Sugetsu trying to find more, but Leo once again is so constant. He's so good.
And did we end up in a situation very, very similar to what happened on the pistol round in the prior half, where Fnatic, the attacking side, is the advantage one. And they could set up whatever post plant they want against Xiao here.
Nothing but a ghost. A little bit of utility.
They're actually giving up this fight against Chronicle by themselves, I think with the little and limited amount of information that they had up to that point. but Chronicle wins it.
Still have plenty of slack on that line too. Assuming Chronicle loses it, he's still in a 1v2. Time's not great. But man, how good has Leo been?
Phenomenal.
Checking in with the Fnatic watch party back home. All smiles, and for good reason.
Yeah. The thing is here, we're in a best of 5. I think the map veto discussion on the desk was very interesting. The fact that Na'Vi showing respect to Fnatic and banning Icebox again instead of what they've been banning their entire tournament run so far in this map specifically. Oh. Chronicle's trying to set up Boaster to get a pick with that Marshall there.
Yeah. 2 shots fired, 2 kills collected. As again, we have just a momentary lull. Boaster showed a little leg there, but not re-peeking the angle.
Oh, CNED's gonna go aggressive though.
And he can post up in Cubby too, or he can continue to push the matter, but they may rotate back into him here.
Oh, absolutely. I think with the space that they've given Na'Vi, look at how they're regrouping over towards A right now. That turret is not gonna spot him on the backside. That's for Grass and Garage. So Afir has to be completely aware.
And he is. I know he is. This would be an outrageous shot from CNED, but he's not even gonna get a chance to shoot it off. The kill goes in favor of Alfier. The spike goes down for Durka. And now 4v3 with nothing but pistols on the defensive side. Positioning not great. The spam through from Durka cleans up 2.
And the only win condition here would have been Shao to have a smoke on the spike.
Yeah.
But without that, Fnatic is all just gun out. Very happy to take that, no matter how it goes.
And you got to be really careful here if you're Na'Vi. Fnatic are in a position here to run away with this map. A 9-5 half, if they're able to capitalize on this, I mean, it's almost smooth sailing the rest of the way.
One enemy. Standing ahead.
Too clean of an anti-eco. I think so far we've seen 2 instances where Na'Vi's trying really hard to try to find a fight early in the round, and that's cost them.
Gravity well keeping CNED in place for now.
Wow. The fact that he's willing to continue going for straight peaks there indicates to me he is thinking that that grab well slightly misplaced and he could easily find some kills.
A threat, albeit momentary, towards Garage. With Sugetsu waiting on the other side.
They made the right call again. This turret will spot
Shao
a
was close.
walkout.
Sorry, Shao was close by, and he has Paranoia too. Off of contact here, Shao can drop some utility if Sugetsu feels some pressure.
That Molly just took out the turret entirely, so they don't have that contact piece anymore. And they've already broken it too for this long push, so they have no way to properly pivot out and a timing either.
Fnatic have taken C-side. Durka's all the way back. Chronicle's starting to get the spike down too, but Sugetsu with a massive kill. Traded out by Boaster instantly. The spike just harmlessly sitting on the side as Durka tries to pick it up and plant it while the rest of the side ensues with chaos. As Na'Vi have been able to keep them back. Durka's left in a 1v3, takes one down, but ultimately falls. Na'Vi with the diffuser gonna get to 6. And that felt like such a pivotal round for them to win, to keep this competitive.
They needed to go and win that anti-bonus. The thing is, even winning that, that's not even that big of a dent in Fnatic's economy. They've been running this light armor strat all tournament long.
Yeah.
And I think actually, Na'Vi's probably the perfect experiment to go up against to really be the case study on how this will work, because Na'Vi is a team that's mostly sticking to Vandals. Although in this situation, actually, you can see there's a couple of players on Na'Vi that are moving over to the Phantom in this case. Probably completely prepped and happy with the light armor strategy from Fnatic.
Blade Storm used by Durka. He's got a Stinger to work with as well. And checking in on the other Jet side, CNED with the Judge.
I mean, look at the economy for them. They've just lost their bonus. So normally you'd think it's a full investment, but not even close.
Yeah.
They're easily going to be able to invest next round too. But again, they're only buying light armor, so that's how they're able to eke an extra gun round every so often.
Fnatic with the lean towards A. Zipan again. This time not taking the space. Remember a couple of rounds ago, he flashed and fully challenged.
That was on the pistol
this
round.
time around, yeah.
especially with Durka with knives. There's so many opportunities that can just one-tap you.
Knife should have tagged 2 there. They go forward, seen it with the judge, having to take an up-close fight, not really having an option.
But not dying there is huge. Zipon's gonna be able to trade out Poster.
Who was weak, he was the recipient of that shell.
Oh, Durka messed up his updraft there. He wasn't ready for the flash.
Oh my gosh, Cena gets another. Still alive, the shock dart finally drops him. But it's a 3v2 here. Oh! Cena has found some success. He's been able to deal some damage, and now numbers equalized. 20 seconds left in the round. The spike's still not on the site. No ults to worry about here. It's just gonna be the rifles. Leo with taking a huge bit of damage, but Chronicle creeping forward at just the right time.
14 seconds. He has room to work with the spike plant.
Oh, but he was so weak. He's gotten it down to a 1v1. Xiao patiently waiting, choosing not to challenge the plant. Giving Chronicle a moment to take the fight, and Xiao wins it out. Na'Vi not done yet.
And of course, it's Xiao again. There's nothing more to say about this guy in the clutch. He is just so solid, and against Chronicle and Leo, of all people. He played that great. I mean, the whole hold from Na'Vi in the first place, CNED with just a judge, still making it work, was really good. Leo comes out with the shock dart to clean up CNED and then gets the spam on the Angel. But then Xiao, with the 15 seconds left, isolating with the spike plant.
Yep.
Every single clutch of his is worthy of immense analysis and breakdown. Here's a fast push from Na'Vi, and there's a dart as well. Durka trying to break it in the little tip of the smoke there. Or he feels protected.
And there really is no solace for him. Nothing really feels like it's safe.
Zipon has his ult here.
And again, note, they don't have Durka. They don't have fast go out onto the C site. So it's going to be more labored. But so many ultimates used. The Rolling Thunder. Sugetsu with 2. And now they're going to rotate over. The spike is left on the site. There's no one close by. Alfir and Leo just have to save.
That's massive. Out of Na'Vi, relying on Angel's ult instead to try to hold this down.
I mean, it was him and then Sugetsu.
But they've actually just baited out Chronicle's ult for no value. And they still have zip-ons. I mean, what the lockdown as well. There's so much here.
Yeah, they've turned, again, these last couple of rounds. Now, it may not necessarily have been the flash use, but this feels like it's so heavily swung the momentum in favor of Na'Vi.
Absolutely.
They're set up so well. Yeah, economy's not great right now, but they're going to save 5 guns into the next round. They're going to have to invest some as far as armor goes. You look at Angel, you look at Xiao, yeah. But the ultimates that they have to work with here are key.
Will be a save here from Fnatic. And again, probably going to be able to scrape together some sort of buy in the next round. But this one, bringing it ever closer. We're now 1 round difference. Yes, Na'Vi started with a good first beginnings to this game, winning the pistol.
Yeah.
But ever since then, Fnatic's been in control. Ever since then, it's looked like Na'Vi have not been prepared for this map. It's a different story on this defensive half.
I mean, really, it was the 2 pistols, and it was, you know, to go back to the round that you and I touched on, is what felt like a crucial one, a pivotal one. Since then, it's been all Na'Vi.
Just want to point out that smoke as well, top C long. Way exposed, actually blocking anybody who's just trying to play on the edge of that C long. Gives Sugetsu all the room. And it's very similar to what Fnatic actually did in that garage hold on defense as well, using the Hunter Sphere for chaos.
Timeout called by Fnatic here as they hang on to a 1-round lead, or at least attempt to. And you got to remember too here, Bala, we haven't talked about the crowd a ton, but remember during walkouts, this felt very Fnatic favored.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And it's interesting too, because Fnatic is one of the teams that have taken down some of the crowd favorites in Furia, in Sentinels.
They've absorbed the fan bases.
Yeah. So they just have to pick one of 2 EMEA teams here and be ready to give up and abandon ship tomorrow when Loud comes into the stadium again. Or maybe they're just picking the one that they think has a better chance. Or a weaker chance.
All right, what do they do out of this timeout? Durka again taking space. Light armor for him. And they still have Boaster's Cosmic Divide to work with.
And it's important here that they get through. Fnatic is given this space almost every time, given the utility that they have in comparison to Navi's comp. Sure, we just saw a round where they played aggressively, but if you take the space preemptively, you should never have that trouble. Which does kind of hamstring you on options.
Sure.
Because you can't really lean in other parts of the map. Look at Navi's setup. They're playing complete retake on A. Relying on the lockdown, relying on Zipon's ult as well.
I mean, they have the tools. Yeah, it makes a ton of sense.
And Angel's playing a complete off angle here too. Zipon probably going to set up to throw a knife. And with the smokes coming down, he actually opts not to. They'll probably use that to clear some space.
There's a knife, not getting any value. Maybe a little information, a little confirmation, but either way, that's all it is. Zipan's ult already used.
They're trying to find kills on the escape here. Yeah, they're going really fast.
Yeah, they are. The dart's there. Durka falls. 4v4 here. Zipan's weak. Look at how far off Fnatic are playing, though. They completely answer the quick attempt out from Navi. Sugetsu on the tap. He's going to take the swing. He's going to take the fight. Surprise at another waiting. Has to take the challenge. And Alfier cleans him up.
Good hold from Fnatic there. Those lockdowns are really dangerous when you can't break them. You have to fall all the way back into long in that little cubby that Chronicle was playing, or all the way down short. So the idea from Na'Vi there, use that space and time to try to get them falling back. And for Fnatic, you have to literally pivot and backstep again. Big round, good plan. And Chronicle as well, the only player to stay down A long as well, for him to have the aftershock. Because if there's nobody in that long A cubby, there could be a full stick from the players who have to rotate back out of A lobby.
CNET feeling a little presence right off the bat towards B. So the drone cleared out.
Look at the options that Fnatic has given up because they haven't gone fast towards A lobby. They see that smoke and they can't push it any further.
Right.
That loses Boaster Smoke, who was meant to actually deny the dart information and for them to get up into short.
They want to go C here. They do have Alfier's ult, and it's used very quickly. As soon as they take the space, they drop the ult, and now they wait.
Shao can still play this in the back, but look at these stuns.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Aftershock
he's
2.
in trouble. He's got to get out. He's detained, yes, but he's healthy, and now he's dead. And now they have the Cosmic Divide to work with too. This feels so secure for Fnatic. What can Na'Vi do?
And Durka's escaped too. Boaster playing in a little cubby.
And look at Leo's positioning. Oh, he is going to be spotted by the alarm bot, though. How much should they turn around to
he knifed him! Damage done!
The nade! With 21 HP, he's not able to survive it. But now the flash through the wall. This is going to be fast. Smoke drops. Kills go up for Durka as he gets 2. Numbers in favor of Fnatic. Zipan and Angel out of options, out of choices. They take the op, they take the Vandal, but they give up the round.
Red Boaster like a book there, but all that time spent trying to clear him out, trying to clear that close wall cubby, given from the Astra wall. Loses them the time against Durka and against the fallback on C-Long. Even if Durka doesn't get 2 there, Fnatic is in great position. Incredibly happy. And they did such a good job flushing Shao out.
Yeah, they did.
The stun.
CNET went for the second too, expecting another peek.
I mean, if Boaster's low HP there, that knife kills him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they could flood a lot faster. Na'Vi timeout. Called once again. Both teams now out of timeouts. I'm still not convinced Na'Vi has the tools to go the distance in this map.
It does not feel like that is the case at all. And Fnatic again within reaching distance of cleaning this map, of drawing first blood. It's a tough spot to be in.
Especially with the rumblings of the crowd, who clearly in Fnatic's favor, and the remnants of the rounds remaining. Na'Vi to put together a game plan based off of what? Based off of some Blade Storm knives here out of CNET, based off of Xiao, who's actually picked up the op that they saved in the last round. Glass cannon. And sure, they've got those weapons in their hands, but everybody else playing for OT, preserving a bye in the next round.
There's so much to do in the hands of CNET and in Xiao. Angel's a rifle too, so they have some tools, but
dive.
This will be difficult. The vintage Durka dive, as you just mentioned, it's Boaster who's able to get the first. Yeah, CNET has to come alive here. He's got to make something happen, but the numbers continue to dwindle around him.
Still the two weapons.
Xiao finds success with the op, and Boaster goes unchecked, undetected. And now for Xiao, the mission is keep the op. Try to carry it into the next round.
Oh, absolutely.
Fnatic are gonna have a lot of time to hunt here too, Bala.
I don't know if you necessarily can. They are spread on the map, so they have a lot of information.
You're right, and by process of elimination, you have to assume here, there's a very good chance you see. The question is, do they hunt? Do they try to get the weapon out of his hands?
The scary part is Durka, updrafted up heaven. If Xiao gets that kill, all of a sudden it's a scramble.
Yeah.
So you don't really want to look for too much more here from Fnatic, but as the spike dwindles down, they will start to hunt.
And you can tell it's almost like trying to lull him in a momentary moment of safety.
Going down long.
Oh, you've got to spot him, yeah. No damage dealt. Remember, it's Glass Cannon. The Molly, 54 HP. Op still alive. How does he keep it?
Spam. Oh.
How does he keep it?
Well played from Xiao, and that's huge. CNET not only going to be able to get some armor, but also drop a weapon. That makes all the difference.
They're still so far behind, though.
And again, the staying power given by Fnatic's economy management and the light armor strat, working huge dividends later on in this game. It's gonna be multiple buy rounds to get through here for Na'Vi.
Yeah. But they've just got to take it a round at a time. Can they get past this one? Can they make something happen out of the weapons that they've preserved? Durka not able to clean anything up at all. Xiao once again repositioning. Cleared out, the spike not committed. The paranoia's gonna buy some time.
Boaster's on a mission. He's the first one uncommitted to this.
Oh, the alarm bot too, though. Just on the other side, just out of reach, position detected.
Angel's taking the angle too. Chronicle farmed the ult orb though. They have that breach ult to re-exec with, and they know where the turret is. Alfir's gonna break it again. So many times they've used this molly to break whatever contact position and contact piece that Na'Vi wants, but it misses Sugetsu!
Misses both! Sugetsu finally stunned, still gets a kill on Alfir. Still playing on logs, the dark position of Leo dropped, but Angel is too. Chronicle not able to convert anything, not in a 1v4.
Fnatic's idea there is to use the breach ult to clear the back left of Seaside and use the fault line to actually cover up the gaps that it missed. But it's Sugetsu. Xiao in the backup site does get hit. But with the time Sugetsu buys, in that little lapse where he's not stunned, because he gets one kill, Xiao's able to just wait and play the rest of it with him as a crossbar.
Na'Vi still with the op this time. Seeing it, trying to find something early down A short. And you've got Zipan close by too for help, for support.
Just that little smoke there. actually completely nullifies CNED's dash. And I think they're going to go right back towards the strat that worked round prior to this, the Durka dive. Except it's an Astral this time. Early lockdown, but they can fight this. Xiao's going to flash him off, and I think that will deny them that idea.
Angel on the other side of the Cosmic Divide as you see members of Navi starts to puddle in, but Durka goes aggressive! Peeks past the wall of safety and is rewarded for a kill. Now Chronicle backside. Still playing from a safe position. He's got utility to work with too. Can Fnatic put him away? Can they end Haven here?
Alpha's got 2 mollies, 1 goes out. Can they break it?
This is such a difficult spot for Navi, but the kills get traded back and forth.
They're running out of time now. Alfier's positioning, switching, and he's actually giving it up.
Huge kill out from Zipan. But Alphier left in the 1v1. Zenit's gotten it to half, pulls off, and the shot from Alphier is good.
The defuse 2 from CNED. The 2 Turkish players on the server, head-to-head in a crucial round. CNED showing up at a perfect time with that op.
What a hold. I mean, Zipan's massive kills here. And the fact that CNED was able to get it to half provides just a little bit more safety so that he can pull off reposition and then take the fight. So well played. But again, really no time to think about it. A note here for Fnatic, the buy is not great. CNED going for the shotgun approach with the op. He's so far up.
The prep again. I'm so impressed over and over by Sugetsu. Able to find some damage there.
Oh, what a shot.
CNED with the forward dash too. Could have cost him his life.
Yep. A big tool from Fnatic down. That was their only Phantom. It was their only rifle.
They can recover it though. The op kill gives definitely some space here, especially now that Boaster's smoked. They could walk through this towards short. They could challenge CNED again. He doesn't know about the cross. Navi doing a great job trying to isolate Alpha right now, but CNED is the bigger story. He's stuck. He's going to give up an op if he dies.
No dash.
1 kill will get it back.
Oh, and the timing is good. Angel's shown up. Angel's arrived! And CNED lands 1 with the op. Can he find a second? Waiting for the challenge of short. Navi's defenses arrive at the perfect time. Now CNED already gotten 3 with the op. Navi doing everything they can to get us to overtime. And Fnatic trying to deal with the flurry of this comeback, and it very well may be good.
You can't give up too many kills here.
No. Of course it's Angel who takes that fight.
Yeah.
But he wins it out.
CNED coming up behind him either way. We've gone the entire first map now in regulation. Round 24. And remember how we were talking about moments ago, it feels like Navi, they were what, 11-8?
Yeah.
They brought it back through the onslaught of buy rounds that Fnatic had. They've just got to do one more round here to bring it to OT. Fnatic with another chance to close it. They've had 4.
Look at the ults on the side of Navi too. They're considerable ones. And that didn't hit the molly, or the alarm bot, excuse me. Shock dart just a bit off.
So interesting. Normally Leo's so perfect on those. And Boaster actually knows exactly where they've been playing it, so very surprising.
CNED not getting tagged by the drone.
I think they smoked him off there, but deciding against pushing that and testing CNED, who has been an absolute beast in these last couple of rounds, but they're still gonna go for it. Boaster with a little misinformation towards A. They still want this. C hit.
Note again, CNED with no dash. Hunter's Fury used.
That's Angel's ult. Oh, he gets a tag. What?
Tag.
Durka just used his dash. They don't have the same initiation power out of Garage now. Might give CNED what he needs to hold the C hit. If it does come through, it's not going to. The info. TP again for Xiao. They have all the reads. They know they were hitting C. Now they know they're hitting A. What can they do though?
And it's an early ult used. Utility gone on the side of Fnatic. Na'Vi have such a good read on this. And they've systematically taken all options away from Fnatic. Leo having to use the Hunter's Fury.
He misses everything.
Oh my gosh.
Back into B though. They weren't considering this. The fact that they could still pivot. Alarm bot, maybe it'll take down Alpha.
The fact that they've still gotten this far is outrageous. Sugetsu gets one with utility. CNED on the tap, 49 HP. He still has the op in hand, and he goes aggressive. What a shot out from CNED. But Fnatic find the base. Fnatic find what they need. Shao left in this 1v3. Can he do it on his own? No, Rolling Thunder's gonna push him back. It's gonna buy time. Shao so good in the clutch. But can he get 3? Surrounded, Smoke buying some time, but no. Dirk on the spam. Fnatic take Haven.
With no room to spare. Talk about stepping up to a moment. Na'Vi had everything right on that round except for the final pivot. One mistake, and it cost them the sight. And even still, they almost had it. CNED going for that dip onto the spike. Almost netted them all the kills.
Yeah, I would love to take a look at that last round again because, Bala, you hit the nail on the head. They did so well for 90% of that round, right? They stuffed the hit C, they stuffed the hit A. They took almost every single option away from Fnatic. And Fnatic convert in the chaos. Which, as you know, we think about this last map that we just went through. We think about the battle of the minds between Boaster and Angel, the firepower between CNED and Durka, and you can't help but look at that and go, this series will be decided in the chaos.
There's been many rounds where that's 100% the case. But you talk about battle of the minds, that last round displays it in full effect.
Yep.
We got so many more of these maps as well where you're going to be able to display that. I love the map pool that we have.
Me too.
For this epic bout.
And it really feels like the IGL shine in these 3 map sites. We just had Haven. We've got Lotus just on the other side as well. So if you didn't get enough of the chess games, of the mind games, there is plenty more on the other side. Fnatic take map 1, 13-11. Lotus on the other side in this best of 5. We'll be right back.